your host, Karen Walker. Joining me today is Andrea Sproul, aka Snookie Blaze. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everybody.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I mean, as good as it gets during COVID 2020. I'm like really looking forward to the end. Looking forward to the end.
Very good. I'm glad you're being safe.
Yes,
Yeah, and the family's
extremely.
good. Very
Yes.
good. Snookie Blaze is the creator, producer, and host of What's Hidden TV and Radio, and co CEO of Mother and Daughter Productions, a multimedia production company. She's also a publisher, author, actor, and artist. It's so good to see you today.
Hello, 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 everybody. Hello. How are
You're a
you
busy.
today?
I'm well.
It's
Well,
such an
very well.
honor. It's an honor to be in Diamond in the Rough. Yes, I just
My
had to
my
say
dear, I feel so blessed.
that.
Indeed. You're a busy lady. What have you been up to?
During this, I've been really getting everything together. I have been very terrible with media and promotion of everything that is going on under the mother and daughter production umbrella. That COVID has provided me time to really sit down and organize and start doing some of those things that were left behind. So I've been really like busy. Extremely, actually.
Well, now it's good that you mentioned that because I think we all should take advantage of the time that we have. I've been doing just the same. One of the first questions that I want to ask you is what exactly, in terms of your experiences, created your foundations as a multimedia artist?
Oh man. Prior to 2011, when Mother and Daughter Production was established, we both were in different fields of some type of theater or drama, where either we were doing makeup for someone's production or we was doing set design, character development, auditioning, working with youth actors, just script writing. We was doing so much prior to 2011. Even I was acting in front of the camera as well. I was doing, well, not in front of the camera, but I was doing dinner theater with the Spaghetti Warehouse political suicide. So we were always doing something anyway in the field of media. And so when 2011 came about, we thought, how about we do this for profit? We did a lot for nonprofits and nonprofit organizations, which we still work with today. We work with and we make sure we're in their budget. But we wanted to do it for profit and we wanted to do it as adults because we were working in a lot of kid productions as well. If I wasn't acting myself, like we were behind the scene with some type of kid production or some kid theater. So we wanted to do it on an adult scale. So masterminds like Pinky and the Brain who came up with Mother and Daughter Production because she is my mother as well. So it even worked out better because we think alike, but she has that older thinking where she knows like how to build a foundation instead of just going out there and throwing something. She is very into research and doing it the right way, so making sure you have your T's crossed and your I's dotted no matter what you're doing. So it was like a pleasure to bring her on because I knew I would be like, whatever I do, it'd be a straight run. It'd be like, she's got me back.
Well, if you all don't know, this is a talented family. I'll tell you that. And I applaud you for all of the work that you've done independent and along with your family, a collaborative effort. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're,
We try.
you're very welcome. You're very welcome. So now tell me about the sacrifices that you've made to make this dream come true for you and your family.
Oh man, I think starting a company, everybody makes sacrifices.
Mm-hmm.
Mine were a little less. They didn't hurt as much as well as taking time away from the family because I I worked with family. So it wasn't like taking time because I always incorporated my family into what I was doing. So that didn't take away it didn't take away of a lot of time, but financially it was a lot of investment in yourself with starting a company or making music or writing a book or doing a television show or a radio show. Somewhere or another, you have to have your own financial investment in it. And it's not easy to like just have somebody be like, oh, I'm doing this, and they give you money for it. So you have to be able to financially give some stuff up so you can be able to do some stuff.
Absolutely. I want to talk more about, you had mentioned the radio program and your production company. Let's head on to the expansion of your radio program. Talk to me about that.
Yes.
First of all, let me say this. You started in Philly
Oh,
and
yes.
then you
Oh, yes.
expanded elsewhere.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we're interested in knowing everything you're willing to offer to tell us about how you started and where you are today.
Okay, so What's Hitting Radio started off as a baby idea from What's Hitting Television. What's Hitting Television covers everything underground and independent, from music to business to art to acting, everything underground and independent. So we had gathered a lot of music for our archives. And it was so much that you wouldn't see a lot of it on television. We went out and filmed a lot of our artists, so we would have clips of their music to play as commercials for our television show. So we were out in the field hearing lots and lots of music. So when WPPM came about and they launched their radio station, we were asked by the station manager to provide a 2-hour listening pleasure for opening night. And that took off very well. And from there, we went in, we got certified, FCC certified, and we provided them with a radio show that started, I believe, February 2016, I want to say. When the radio station was erected. So from there, we've been doing What's Hitting Radio. So we've been getting music from all over the world. It's not just Philadelphia. It's been from everywhere, Nigeria to Bahamas. We have music from the Netherlands. We have music from the UK. So working with all these different artists, it was a musician from the UK who recommended me to a radio station out in the UK. They contacted me, but they only wanted us to provide them with a show that was all rock music. And I was like, even though I knew it was like, I felt like it was the opportunity of a lifetime, I had to like stand my ground for What's Hitting Radio or underground independent artists. So I was like, I can't do that at this time. You know, What's Hitting is dedicated to just independent artists from everywhere, every genre. We can't just give you one genre of music. So 2 months later, it came back around and was like, okay, I understand. I'm ready now. So he gave us our opportunity, and we've been in the UK for almost a year now.
Congratulations.
Thank
So
you.
for those, you're very welcome. So for those of you who don't know, Snookie Blaze's radio show is broadcasted out of Philadelphia Community Access Media, PhillyCam, based in Philadelphia. It's a broadcast organization. It's a public access broadcasting organization that you can become a member of. You want to go on phillycam.org to learn more about the programs that they offer. Both Snookie Blaze and I are certified members, and we've worked very diligently to obtain those titles.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, honey. You got to keep it home. You got to stay home now.
Yes, yes.
To be home. So,
Yes.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and still working.
Yes, yes. But stay home. Make sure.
Kudos to PhillyCam.
Yes, kudos to my people out there. Yes. You know you family.
Yes. So let's talk about the genre of music, underground, and what's considered underground music.
Okay, so what I consider, I don't need nobody DMing me like because they on Wikipedia or they on the definition page. Like that's not what it say. So don't DM me, okay? I'm telling you this is my whole like definition of what independent and underground is any artist that cannot break through on mainstream radio. For example, the stations that you can click through that is probably your number 432 because number one should be like 106.5 FM WPPM, but your second, third, and fourth that you always are on is mainstream, that you're playing one artist and you can click to each station and hear the same song on each station within the hour more than 3 times.
Okay.
They drill certain music into your brain on these stations. So I love the fact that on our station, you hear a variety of artists that I believe should be on mainstream radio because they have lots of time. So if they stop drilling these other artists and give artists out here some attention, it would like give so much flavor, more flavor to their stations and to their shows. They're missing out on a lot of talent that's out here just because they're, feeding more to mainstream artists.
How do you select the artists that you showcase on your programs?
Oh, when we first began the radio show, it was artists that we had already had on our television show. And from there, it grew from just artists contacting us through all types of social media or through our email or looking us up through our website and submitting all types of music. We get music all the time. And then we have artists that been with us since the beginning who are still submitting music. So that keeps it fresh. But music comes from everywhere. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, and sometimes I even say that you can submit your music at Snookie Blaze, or you can DM me for more information on how to submit your music. And I give them my Twitter handle or my Instagram handle, and from there, be 4 or 5 artists that'll reach out in a day.
It's all about the plug, y'all.
Yeah,
do that.
I'm putting it out there. Like I'm willing to listen to any music if it's
Right.
clean. And I mean, I love all types of music. I didn't know about alternative music until I got to high school, and my friends was like, your nationality doesn't mix your music. And I'm like, what are you talking about? This is what we play in our house all the time. You ain't hear this? You didn't jam off of this? So I've listened to all types of music all my life. I didn't know there were different genres till I got older.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that people expected you to listen to a certain type of music until I got older, because that's just the type of music and people I've been around in my life. And we've always listened to all different types of music. So to hear all different types of music in the underground or from independent artists that's not signed to big music labels pushing them 24/7, it's good music out here. So
That's
I love
common.
that. Yeah. I love to have that opportunity to play it. I love it every week to say new music, new music.
Right. And these are mainly independent artists. Can you explain what the independent artist experience is like and why they choose to be independent as opposed to being represented by a larger company?
From what I heard from various artists that are independent, I hear that they just don't want to sign a deal where they're doing all the work and the label reaps all the benefits. Even with labels that might put out money, starter money, it's their money, you don't reap the benefits of your profit. So I find that a lot of independent artists rather do the work put it out themselves, hustle it themselves, push it themselves, and they get a 100% return. So we love that we provide that platform, but it's a pleasure for us as well. So I
Well,
understand
now
those artists.
explain the format of your show. How does the show play out?
Well, it starts off with our signature song, our theme song, "What's Hitting" by Ryan Little and Miss Sweeney Black, and then from there it can either go into new music or music from our rotation. Our rotation is just artists that we have in our database. My husband came up with a program that created a database that puts all the artists in it and all their songs and it dates when we play it and when it should be played or if it hasn't been played in a while. And so it gives us a rotation of like a suggestion list of what we should play that week. And some songs get bumped because we might have new music or we might have that artist scheduled to play, but then they turn in new music. So then we have to put their new music into the archives and bump out a new list, but with them still on the list. Like it's crazy. But yeah, we have a format.
Very good. You're a talented sister, a multi-talented sister.
We work it out.
Okay. I mean, listen, I admire you for all that you do. You're also an actress.
Oh yeah, we do a little bit of that sometimes.
Let's
We
talk
gotta keep
about
the
your
jobs
acting.
going.
Say again.
We got to keep the jobs going.
Absolutely, especially if it's something that you enjoy doing,
Yes, yes,
right?
yeah.
And
I
we're
need
not
it.
just mothers, we're mentors.
Yeah, well, I tell my kids to always be better than me. That's one of my mottos.
Hmm.
Don't be me, be better than me. So
Right.
even if you looking up at me right now, like, dang, she be doing some stuff, I still want you to do better.
Let's
Okay.
talk about your acting experience.
Well,
How did you begin acting, and how did you cultivate your experience in the acting realm?
Um, I've always done something or been somewhere doing something when I was younger. I think my first real professional that I would give account to was, like I said, political suicide at the Spaghetti Warehouse. That was dinner interactive theater. We did a lot of figuring it out while you were working.
Hmm.
Things were always changing, so you had to know how to work on your feet with that job. From there, we worked on. I worked on a lot of behind the scenes of theater, so I would do a lot of stand-in or be an understudy for a lot of people. Then I found some agencies in and around Philadelphia that was working on background acting. And I love being in the background. Like I love being there, but being in the background at the same time. So that was cool for me because I was used to being like the killer. So I'm used to being watched and stuff.
Right.
So I signed up for that and I worked some big name things that came through Philadelphia in the past couple of years. From Creed to on to Shazam to the latest is Dispatch from Elsewhere.
Okay.
Yes, the first season. You can go in there, you'll see Dre. You will see me. You can be like, I seen her on Diamond in the Rough. You're gonna see me and be like it's noticeable. So, and it's a good series. Go check it out. So we had that going on. What else did we do? Oh yeah. Then we got into some more dinner theater with the Philadelphia, what I want to say, murder. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's a
It's okay.
Philadelphia dinner detectives. I got it. Oh, it ain't even been that long. I'm sorry. But yes, I started doing that, and from there I was hosting, and sometimes I would be a seated actor, so that would fulfill the acting need over there with the hosting need. So, and then I'm a host of my own show and my own radio show, so that just all blended in together.
Very good. Very good. Now let me ask you this: was this theater located in Society Hill?
Dinner Detective Theater, yes, Philadelphia Dinner Detectives. We were out of the DoubleTree Hotel
Okay.
down in Center City. Uh,
Okay.
It usually is every Saturday, but we did private shows for corporations and organizations all over the tri-state area.
Okay, because I recall gifting my mother and my godmother an experience at a dinner theater many, many years ago. It was a mystery dinner theater event, and it was quite enjoyable.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Well,
So what are, go ahead.
I said I did love it before COVID.
Yeah, good old COVID.
COVID, honey. COVID got me scared. I'm like, I don't think I want to do
Oh,
this.
I don't know if I would do that right now.
I don't think I want to do that. Honey. I love you guys though. If you watch it, I love you guys. So don't get it twisted. Like, be mad at COVID. Like,
Tell me, in addition to the current state of the world, right? What are some of the challenges that you faced as an actor in the field? And not talking about any specific project, but in general,
oh my
as
God.
an actor, what can aspiring artists expect?
Um, Scarcity of work. If
Okay.
you can get work, then some of the places I've been able to come back from it, and this is just in like the past month, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we on lockdown again. I think, like, I'm so confused because I don't know what's open, what's not open, because things be popping when it's not supposed to be open, and then when it's open, it's not open. So I don't know what's going on. But if you are lucky to get a gig, first of all, thank God. And then you're gonna get tested a lot, and you might have to be in isolation. And isolation is a little lonely. Like, isolation in your house, quarantine in your house with your people. Maybe if you single, it's okay. But if you have a family, I don't know what it is, but quarantine is just a little harder than usual. But just it's no real work out there. I mean, things are shutting down. As soon as someone gets COVID on the set, the whole set is shut down for at least 6 to 8 weeks. So it's a lot of stuff that started coming back since the new world order. But as far as right now, I think everything is about shut down again.
Yeah, that's a bit of a challenge. It makes us it makes it a little more difficult, as you said, to acquire work.
Yeah.
And even if you've acquired the job opportunity, there are certain stipulations that production companies require. Testing.
Yeah.
I was talking to another girlfriend of mine, Shaquilla Mims. I interviewed her last week, and she was discussing how frequently they have to take a COVID test.
Yes.
And rightly so, because you want to be safe.
You want to
But
feel safe, but you can test that day, get the results back. But between that time you tested, even if it was 24 hours, something could have happened in that 24 hours where you like, so it's still not safe. You're still uncomfortable. But that just gives you a little layer over top of that uncomfortability to be like, okay, you got tested too, right? So, like, so
yeah, yeah,
yeah. So you
yeah,
walking around with people that get tested with you every day, but you still popping out. Like, you went to the tent, right? Like, you got yours, you got yours, you got
right,
yours.
right. And all of them are, like, for example, the test that I took was self-administered.
Mm.
And most times, on production jobs, they're not.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You got
we
a
have to
nerve.
take the necessary precautions to make sure that everybody's safe. You just don't know.
Yeah.
So, we got to test frequently.
And I respect it, and I'm better knowing it. Like, I would rather go to a set right now that's testing and isolating and quarantining and putting you up and over here and knowing that you're safe, than to walk in, get tested, shoot with a bunch of people, and then walk back out, and 10 days later somebody had something, but you never knew.
Right.
So I'd rather be a couple of days in the process of being tested and isolated, and knowing that by the time we got to the shoot date, We done been tested 8 times
Mm.
between the rapid and the long one, and everybody's staying in the same place, but we in different isolation areas. So that makes me feel better than blessed be. But walking into like a dinner theater and not knowing these people and they're eating and laughing, and I'm performing while they're eating and laughing, because usually the performance is while you're eating and laughing, and it's about you interacting with them. So I mean, I think that's just too risky, and nobody's getting tested. And I don't know what they're telling you about this little temperature check thing, right? Because I done been sick as a dog and never had a temperature. So, I mean, not COVID sick, but like flu sick, like, really congested, things leaking and not have a fever. So, I don't trust the fever thing.
And neither do I at all.
Mm-mm.
What is the difference between stage and screen acting?
To
Is
me,
there a difference?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Stage, you have that instant gratification. When you're working on a stage, or even with dinner theater, amongst the crowd, when you're working with a crowd, you have that instant gratification of if they're liking what you're doing or not, if they're getting what you're doing or not, if they are following what you're doing or not, if they're engrossed in it. But when you are doing screen, all you have are the camera people, the directors, the person you're acting with, who is in character. So if it's their character to laugh, they're gonna laugh. But if it's not, they're not. But you don't get that, oh yeah, you did good, right behind it. So that's what I find is the difference. The smiles or the deep looks people give you or something like that. I don't know. It's the crowd. The crowd is different. You don't
Okay.
get that on TV. Mm-mm.
Okay. And so, who are your biggest influences in any of the specialties, be it radio or stage or film?
I would say, I don't want to say the wrong name because my mother was going to hit me upside my head, but it was an older gentleman. I want to say his name was Bootsy, who was a radio DJ that I used to listen to. For some reason, like my mother brings this up, like you used to love him when you were small. And so I don't know who he is, but apparently I loved him when I was small. But growing up, I had Patty Jackson, Lady B, and those type of women in radio that I listened to that I kind of grew up with. And as far as like icons, it's I love anybody that was of color that I could see because I'm dark skinned and I'm rich with darkness and melanin. And so to see any melanin on the screen, that was you was my icon for that time that I'm watching you. So I don't really have too many names, but Viola Davis is one of my favorites right now. Ava DuVernay as a director and movie producer is one of my favorites. I don't know. I always like to see me behind the screen, behind the camera. So I'm a little like biased. But my mother is my biggest inspiration and icon because she always made a way where like you want to do that? Come on, we're gonna go do that. Like so, and this is why I love working with her and being in business with her because she is that person that is that go-getter. And that's like, oh, you're interested in that? Okay, but we're gonna have to do a little research. And the next thing you know, you start getting like information from her, whether it was via email or text, like, okay, this is how we start
Hmm.
off, this is how we get it done. Okay, blow this up so we can read it. All right, get on the phone. Then we get on the phone and we run through it. And I mean, she's always been the biggest supporter for whatever, even with acting. Like I would bust out in lines, and this woman would have like a copy of the script somewhere and be like, blah 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 blah. I'll be like, whoa, you know it? She's like, no, I got the script, but go ahead, girl. You know what I'm saying? So, she would always get involved some way, somehow. So she's one of my biggest supporters.
And one of your biggest fans.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think it's like it's so natural to her, like
Right.
that it's just like that's what we do. Like we characters anyway. Like we bust out in song and like script from all types of stuff, and it's just always been like that. So Snatch it.
Speaking of fan base, how do you manage your fan base?
Um, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I'm not even gonna
Hmm.
lie. Like I have no
Hmm.
formula. Like, I mean, if I get the time, I'm on Twitter. I'm like, I'm making sure that I am promoting any artist, whether they're on my radio show or if they're starting a new radio show or they just hit a rotation somewhere or on a playlist. I continuously make sure I'm sharing it because I don't whether it's my radio show or somebody else's radio show, like you're our artist. Once you are family, you are family. So I think my family base, I would call them more like the What's Hitting family, down to our supporters that make sure they listen to our radio show and let me know, oh, that was a good show. Thanks for this or thanks for that. But I would, I would say I need improvement on making sure that I keep my fan base happy with new material and videos and things of that nature. But I'm working on it. I tell them I'm not perfect.
You're doing
Everybody
a
know that.
fantastic job. You're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you. Thank you. All I
I'm
can say
proud
is
of you.
thank
Very
you.
proud. Hmm.
Thank you.
So let's talk more. I know you delved into it a little earlier on in the interview about how you cultivated your mother and daughter productions with your mom.
Mm.
How did that begin?
Ah, uh, we got stories. We knew that that's something that we wanted to do, but of course, like I said, my mother is one of those type of people that's like, yeah, we need to make sure if we're going to come out as a company, there are different aspects to our company that we can provide, services that we can provide, and we know that we know what we're doing. So we've always been in the field and did different things and worked with cameras, but we stumbled upon Philly Cam and we became members of Philly Cam. And as members of Philly Cam, and before we actually the ink dried on Mother and Daughter Productions, we were working with uh, over 50 producers and producing 500 episodes to shows for other people, and we learned the do's and don'ts of every aspect. I mean, we went out with Philly Cam. Philly Cam hired us to go out and film different projects for them. So we learned how to live stream and work in the field and different things with different cameras and different situations. So we took that information, we took that experience, and we made sure that we were concrete in everything that we did.
The referral system works,
Oh yes, word of mouth still
right?
works. Word of mouth has worked more than I could say because I'm a bad social media type person. When it comes to like trying to reach out and advertise, I'm still kind of getting used to the concept of not being personable because sometimes to me that is just not personable.
Hmm.
So we are more of a go to a gathering, pass out the cards, let people know who we are, talk to you, show you some of the things we've done. We're very hands on. So word of mouth worked, even if it's like a year later, somebody will come with a card that looked like, I'll be like, whoa, that was one of our older cards. And they'd be like, I still got your card and I'm ready to work with you. And I'm like, yeah. So I know word of mouth and hand to hand works. But in this COVID age, we are totally trying to work on using more of the electronic, hello, how you doing?
Hmm. You are also a mentor of two young kings.
Oh, yes.
They're young correspondents. Tell me about your collaboration with these two young kings.
Oh,
And who are they to you?
these two young kings are my sons, Tyene Tiggs and Andy Rudy from the Tiggs and Rudy's commentary show. These young kings jumped into television, I would want to say 2012, maybe. 2012, 2013, 2014 is when their show was released to air. It was actually on television, but they had been filming for a while because we needed them to grow into themselves as hosts and being comfortable in their skin as little people. So we had two young guys who are about 7 years apart. The youngest one started at 7, the oldest at 14. Uh, these guys had a dynamic way of commentating things they liked and didn't like. And I thought, as young Black kids, and me growing up not seeing too much of me on television, that it would be wonderful to see two young men articulate and talk and grow on television as they walk you through kind of like their journey of life. Like, we like this. We think you should know that this exists out here in Philadelphia. Most young Black kids did not know this exists in Philadelphia. For example, the Skate Academy. It's the rock climbing academy where you do indoor rock climbing, glass blowing class. They've done so many different things that you don't see all the time. So they have grown over the last couple of years. They are still on air. They are celebrating their 75th show, 2020, December 2020. They are changing up the game right now. So see, they will come back on season 7 very different, more grown, because now you have a young teenager and a young adult, and they're even more different and opinionated than ever. So I'm dying to see what they come up with.
Where would someone, if they were interested in looking at their production, where would they find their show?
Okay. They're in Massachusetts on Comcast during the day. They're in New York, New York, Manhattan. I believe they play in the afternoon, maybe Thursday and Friday out there. They're on community stations, but you can look them up and they'll pop up. They're also in New Hampshire. They just started their run on allmediatv.com, where you can where information for free trials and subscriptions is on the website, but you can go and see some of their television shows there. They also have some of their older shows on YouTube where you can catch them like when they were teeny on YouTube, just to so people can find them. But we do not put a lot of our television show material on YouTube because we are in Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Manhattan, Philadelphia, and allmediatv.com. So we would like to drive our people to these different places that we have invested time and distribution for people to see.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of artists post their work on YouTube, and I've been contemplating on just creating my webpage, which I've been working on for a little bit, and utilizing that social platform to present my work as opposed to YouTube. And I think a lot of artists tend to utilize YouTube because depending on how many viewers you have, I think there's a benchmark where you will get paid. Is that correct?
I think that's what used to be correct, but
Okay.
YouTube has been sending out a lot of notifications of how they're changing the platform and how you are able to, utilize it as an artist and get paid from it. I never really used it for that, so I wasn't really interested in how many subscribers or something I had. I usually use it when I'm approaching a place to feature, and they say, oh, well, do you have any shows that we can see real quick? Then I'll send them to YouTube to see some of the shows. But other than that, I don't really push our YouTube as a means of go and see the latest show. You might want to, you might want to look at the list somewhere else that's more current, because you most likely, unless I have dropped a gem or two.
Okay.
I have dropped a gem or two over there, and I have dropped
Okay.
like commercial type things and stuff like that. So just to keep the YouTube channel active,
Okay.
but I'm not like Yeah, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000.
Right.
But I'm not like that with anything, not Twitter, not social media, not nothing. I'd rather you like you don't have to follow me to tune in and listen to my radio show.
Right.
You don't have to follow me to watch my TV show or go to All Media TV. You can go to All Media TV. I say it enough. Like you don't have to follow me. You don't have to hit follow. Go over there and watch it where it's meaningful to us.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's talk a little bit more about your young kings. What do you think they would say to their peers if one of their peers had an interest in being a correspondent?
As a co-host or just kind of doing their own thing?
Just kind of doing their own thing, be it a co-host or
Oh
I don't
man.
know, a producer. What do you think their response would be?
I think my youngest king response would be like, "Oh, you probably need to follow my mom on Twitter. Like he's into that Instagram, Twitter. You should DM my mom and see if she will have a conversation with you." But my eldest king will actually have a conversation with you on what he can remember as being the steps of getting where you got to go. And I believe one of his first things would be like, you got to educate yourself. You have to, if you like it, you have to learn how to do it. Like he loves being behind the camera. He took the time out to learn the camera. Before he even learned the camera, he was behind the photography camera, and I think it's channel 6 or channel 10 has a picture of him behind a camera, starting off with one of a production company when he first started, when he was like 7 years old.
Okay.
So, and now he's into cameras. So he's into lenses, he's into lights and formats and different things. So he's growing his own love in photography. So I think the first thing he probably would say is educate yourself. And then my son would be like, my little one would be very lazy and just direct you to his mother. He'd be like, DM my mom. Real quick, like he has no conversation. You need a card, he'll give you a card. Like he'd be like, "Oh, she get it done though."
You know what? It takes a lot of work and commitment. I get it. Go to the source.
Yeah, I see. Be like,
Okay.
she yell at me about too much for me to sit and tell you about something. Like, go. I'm still trying to sit up straight when I'm talking. What are you talking about? I'm working on that. Oh,
you are too funny. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about you being a published author.
Yes.
And what you've been working on.
Oh,
and why?
2018. Okay, let's take it back a little bit because it took a minute to get the book to 2018. 2017, I came across some documents cleaning out my mother's house, which used to be my grandmother's house. My grandmother is from down south. So down south, they used to grow watermelon, tobacco, and a couple other products. And they had a horse farm. So that's all I knew of my grandmother. So when I came across these papers, it was telling me how to grow marijuana. So I was like intrigued because I was like, what? What? And they called my grandmother Punch, right? So I was like, wow, Punch, she grew marijuana, right? So somewhere back in the farm, they had a little patch where they had grew marijuana without using any kind of chemicals. They didn't manipulate the water. They didn't manipulate the soil. They basically threw seeds in the ground, watched it grow, kept it to a certain lift so the next farmer couldn't catch it. And they did what they had to do. And my grandmother used to use it for tinctures, and she would use the leaves in stew and things of that. But she would use it for elders to relieve pain, or even they called it forgetting, which I think it was dementia. So different elements, which she names differently. So I was like, wow, this is really crazy. But there was no documentation to show you the different steps of how it grew. So I got in touch with some friends that lived in places that were legal. Okay. And I was like, listen, I just need a little corner. I'm gonna come and visit every couple of months, take some pictures, whatever happens to the product afterwards, cool, do what you want to do with it. I just need some pictures for my book. So they did what they did. I took some trips out, got me some good pictures, got that together. In 2018, we released the book called The Creation of OG by Magdalene Beckett, published by Mother and Daughter Productions, co-written by Andrea Sproul. So, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
There's a growing number of people in our population who have utilized marijuana for medicinal purposes, and I know that that was the purpose of your book or journal, if you will.
Yeah.
I was happy to read it, and it was thorough, and I don't particularly use it, but I do realize that there's a
There's
need
a
for
lot of
it.
people that need it. It's a
Yeah,
medicine, and if it's used correctly, it can. But just like any medicine, it can be used the wrong way, or it can be
right.
out of context. But it was used to help elders back in the backwoods, and where they couldn't go to doctors and couldn't do this and couldn't do that, and they used other things to help them. It's also recipes that's infused with other herbs that help you, like turmeric and cumin and garlic, and it's different things that it was used for. So I just wanted to kind of bring the light that it was done with no manipulation of water, soil, or sun. That's it. Do what you want with it. I ain't saying go out here and start no farms. I'm just saying
Or abuse it.
or abuse it. Yes,
Right,
like it's
right.
not for that.
And thus the reason why a lot of states are legalizing.
Yeah,
Just recently, New Jersey was one state that legalized marijuana simply for the purpose of assisting people with ailments.
yes.
Yeah.
Anxiety, depression,
Hmm.
PTSD. There's a
Hmm.
lot of people using it out here so they won't snap on you. Stop messing with the marijuana. Like, it's a lot of people right there.
What do
Okay.
you mean? What do you mean by snap?
There's a TV show called Snapped. Is there a reason why it's a TV show called Snapped? They're like, we want to have to start documenting this. They done snatched up these people marijuana cards. Okay? So let me tell you. Like, they will.
I love it. I love it. Speaking, that's a great segue to eye opener,
Oh.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I don't know how many people heard this song of yours, and I know you collaborated with a relative of yours, um, but
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
I
so
love
much.
it. Well
Thank you.
done.
Thank you. I
Let's
was
talk
so
about that.
angry. I was so angry for so long. Let me tell you. um President Trump got no office, and I think I laid in bed for like 3 days. My husband was like, listen, you gonna have to just deal with it, girl. He got in, I was like, no, I'm waiting. Something gonna change. Like, I swear, like I went through a nice little depression because I was like, y'all are idiots. How did this happen? You know what I mean? So from then I started doing some poetry because I needed another way to get through the day in a sense and like really deal with the fact that this man was president. So I started writing all types of poetry, monologues, stories, all kinds of stuff. So my niece wanted to get into, she'd been singing all her life. Oh, a beautiful voice. A little bit of apprehensive about singing big time. She didn't want to go to a major label, even though she was approached a couple of times for some stuff. She didn't feel comfortable. And once I started having a radio show, she was like, I want you to be my manager. And I'm like, I can't be your manager because I don't know anything about that side of the business. And the only way I can I can walk you through it. I can try to invest time and money into walking you through it with a project, whereas though you will know what to do by the end of this. So that's exactly what happened. I pulled some of my poetry. I formulated it, sat down with her for about 3 weeks and pulled out some different stuff, got the lyrics together, gave her something to sing, took her to the studio, showed her what a real studio looks like, worked with, I think his name is Joe. I'm going to just call him Joe from Retro Studios. uh, we worked with him. He was a genius. He took his time with us. We were newbies. He really worked well with us, laid down a track, mastered it, made 2 copies, one where we can perform it and one where we can have it on the radio, which people usually should make 3 copies. One you perform, one that's clean for the radio if your music is dirty, and your copy for your album or for distribution. Then after we formulated the song and mastered the song, I took it back to the house and showed her the next step. Because most artists, a lot of artists I came across stopped at that step. They got the music. I'm out. I'm sending it everywhere. Everybody gonna hear it now. No, you gotta stop, register, go through distribution, set it up where if anybody play it, you are seeing the revenue. And that's what I showed her. And we got eye opener.
And these are all FCC. You're speaking about FCC protocol, right?
Registering with your music. You got distribution and registration. So you have your distribution would be like DistroKid, and I'm trying to think of the other place that you can. I use DistroKid. So you have CD Baby also to distribute through, and you have TuneCore, I believe. Now with registration, somebody's going to correct me with that, but with registration, you have your BMI, where you go to. It's another place that you can go to. I know the names of the places I use, so please forgive me. It's somebody's like, oh no, but you can go somewhere else. I'm sure you can. Okay, it's lots of places to go. Okay, all right, I'm sure you can. This is what I picked. So, then when you do get on BMI, you gotta be able to register your rights for your publishing, your rights for your composition. If you have used somebody else or you want to give them their credit, you have to proportion it out so that everybody's getting what they need to get. All that needs to be done with cover art. Okay, don't forget about your cover art. It gotta look like something. You can't just put the music out there. Get all that together, then you're ready to put it out in the world.
Speaking of cover art, that was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Now, I have another question to ask you. Would you be willing to sing a hook from Eye Opener?
All right, let me see which one I was saying. They believe in, we love sleeping, they deceiving, creating diseases. What is the reason? New flus every season. Chemtrails we are breathing. Delusions are increasing. GMO, Google the meaning.
That's fantastic. Thank you for sharing Eye Opener with me.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at it right now.
Exposing the lies while the mothers cry. Open up your eyes to see the lies. Exposing the lies while the mothers cry. Open up your eyes to see the lies. Before he popped up, scrambled the states. He said he was making it great. Y'all wait and hand me some cake. And count these mistakes while I'm race. Let's conversate. What was the state of a grape? This verse was coming for fate. Man, I just cannot relate. Surrounded by the snakes. They found out we're too late. Police in the lands and guns in the bag. We're supposed to be glad. Our ancestors mad. All the suffers the land. Head deep in the sand. Propaganda ass hand, man. Damn. Well, they believing, we left sleeping. They deceiving, creating diseases. What is the reason? New flus every season. Chemtrails we are breathing. Delusions are increasing. GMO, Google the meaning. They want us to lose and feel like we're drowning. Feeling down and broke with no real talent. Killing intelligence while the mag is split. Killing my brothers, but you're worthless. Is this how it's supposed to live? Eating out your hands when dirt is all you give. Corrupted system, prison is that makes you profit, just know we will stop this. Can't you see it's coming? See it's coming for this. We're better than the world you're living on. Why you taking out the kids? Feeding us hymns and violence. Suffering loud in silence. Stuck in your thinking, taking our prophecies. Our life, our truth, as if we're nothing. United we stand, divided we fall. They can't kill us all, let's all take the fall. United we stand, divided we fall. They can't kill us all, let's all take the fall. Gentrification needs some clarification. Prosperity resembles a parody. Treason embodies the reason. Transparency is what I'm seeking. Her creations are decreasing while babies be sleeping. Corruption's a creeping. Disgusted and pissed by the results of this shit. It's our time to fix.
Hey, that was fantastic. My God,
Thank
this
you.
is the second time. This is the second time that
Listen.
you filmed.
After I got her out of the studio and we did all the paperwork and everything, I was like, okay, the next thing is to get out here and perform. Like, you got to get out here now. Like, it's time to go. So I immediately went back to all the different hot spots that was doing open mics. And if you don't know, you get paid for your open mics. So even if you go in there and you pay your $5 or your $10 to perform, which I like, when you come to our events, we don't do that. But when you go to other events here, they got to charge you because they pay for that. So they charge you, but you can register your performance on BMI. I'm not sure about TuneCore because I told you I don't use that. But on BMI, you can register those performances and you get paid every quarter for how much you perform. So I had to teach you that part too. So of course, yeah, we hit the payment running, but that video of that performance, that was only the second time out the box performing. In our first performance, we was the only women in the room.
Wow,
Me and her were the only women in the room the first time we performed. We was like, oh, okay. Of course, the music was completely different from what me and my goddaughter was talking about. So it was like, wait a minute, hold on, what she say? So it was very crazy. So yeah.
So now tell me the name of your relative, the young lady that you collaborated with, and then also tell me how render your social media platforms. How would one be in contact with you?
The young lady I collaborated with for Eye Opener, her name is Jamila Chamberlain Allen. Her stage name right now is Ms. Milla Moon. You can find me on Instagram at Snookie Blaze. You can find me on IG at Snookie Blaze What's Hidden. Motheranddaughterpro.com is where my website is for the company, where you can find out about all the different music videos we've done, documentaries, things we're working on now, links to our books, links to some music, links to everything. Our radio show comes on Fridays, 106.5 FM on 8 p.m. TuneIn.com, phillycam.org/listen. Our other radio show, What's Hitting in the Underground, comes on Thursdays at 10 p.m. in the UK and 5 p.m. in the US on radioactive-radio.com. Thanks.
I enjoyed you as always. Thank you.
One of us got to take a picture for this.
Yes, we must take a photo.
Thank you so much for having me on Diamond in the Rough. I so appreciate it. I'm so honored. Thank you. You know, us queens got to lift up each other. It's been wonderful to talk to you for the last hour. It's been amazing. Thank you so much for everything.
I enjoyed you. I love you.